Hello, my dear friends, my dear friends. Now, this is where you are going to think that I have lost my flipping mind. And it could be that I have lost my flipping mind. I'm not sure. But nothing new. But here I have this little cute, adorable butterfly book. It's about butterflies. My friend Cheryl gave this to me. And it is like 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. It's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And it's got just beautiful images of butterflies in this book. Now, here's where you're going to think I've lost my flipping mind. Because now this is the dust jacket off the front. Look at the book. Black and white, Nature's Window, butterflies. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to take the guts out of this book. And why am I going to do that? Because I am going to make a butterfly book. Well, this isn't sharp at all. Let me see, I've got some fresh blades in here. I got to put me a fresh blade in here. And, ooh, that was 2 blades. I don't need 2 blades. Put one back in there. And let's see if I can get this fresh blade in here. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I got that. And let me just try. Is that the way? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey? Nope, that's wrong. I don't know. What am I doing wrong here? Well, how'd that come out so easy? Now I can't get it go back in there. Just a minute. Oh, good night, Irene. Well, no, I can't get it back in there. Why? Okay, let's put this back into this. Put this back in here and let me get this one. It's a different one. Let me see if I can get this one to tighten up with this. There must be a trick. What in Sam Heel is going on here now with this? I'm going to wind up cutting my finger off before I get this thing. Oh, there we go. Now it's tight. Oh, phew. Sometimes I just wonder about my own self. Okay, let me put these back in here. And then when I take a blade out, then I reach for my tape. Oh, there it is. And so then I take, ooh, that almost fell. Oh, like this napkin here, because, it's dangerous. So then I take that old blade and wrap it up in this napkin. So whoever hauls the trash out, there, I'll wrap that up. And then I'll take this piece of tape and I'll put that around there. And now I can throw it in the rubbish and it'll be fine. It won't hurt anybody because I would feel bad. Okay, now I got that part done. So I'm going to take the guts out of this book. Very carefully. Because I am going to make a butterfly book out of this butterfly book. I'm going to take the butterflies out. And then I'm going to add new butterflies in. I'm just going to put like one signature. So I'm concentrating now. This is, if you see smoke, you know it's the sawdust burning while I'm concentrating. There. Now this is a really good book. Really, really good book. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay, now I'll put this back in there. Now, so now I've got the cover that's going to be for my butterflies, but it already says butterflies on there. So I'm not going to do anything with this except have the, I'm going to put a signature in there, a signature, because it doesn't have much of a width on there. So I'm going to just make a signature, and I'm going to use, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these. Okay, I got some tea-dyed papers. Okay, tea-dyed. I'm going to use tea-dyed papers because I'm going to, let me see, what size will I need these pages? If it's 5.5 by 5.25 by 5.25, then I need the pages to be 5 by 5. So I need the pages to be 5 by 10, right? Right. That's what I need them to be, 5 by 10. And then folded in half, they'll be 5 by 5. So what then I need, just a minute, let me reach down here and get my cutting apparatus. That's one of those things. So I'm going to, you know what I want this to be? I want it to be like, it's going to be like vintage butterflies. Not like the butterflies are going to be vintage. But, okay, so this is 8.5 by 11, so I need to take 1 inch off. I need to take 1 inch off. And then it'll be 10. Let's see how that'll work. I think this will be fun. More fun. Fun. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Okay, I know what I can do. Now, I was going to think I was going to have to get my larger. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get farther back here, because not that I want you to see all of my big fat mess. Gosh, do I have a mess. When I look into that screen there, yeah, I see what a big fat mess I have. So then I can just cut this like this. Now that is the size of the pages that I'm going to want. And because I'm going to make this into like a vintage themed, I want to have vintage stuff in this book along with the butterflies. So this is what I have to do. You can see all my mess, can't you? Would you please not look at the mess, just look at everything else. This is my book I got in the mail today. I'm going to read this book. I ordered this book. It's A Prisoner's Guide to Inner Power and Freedom. And because my grandson, who is in prison, is reading this book, somebody gave it to him. I said, I'm going to order the same book, because he was telling me about stuff he was reading in it. And I said, I'm going to order the same book, Timmy, and then I'm going to read it. And when we chat then on the phone, we can do book review on this book. So that's, me and him have the same book. Yes, my grandson is in prison. Bless his heart. Gosh, I love him so. Now, okay, now get back to this. Do you see how I wear my heart on my sleeve? Everybody knows my whole life story just about. And because I have a life story. And my life has not been perfect. My family's life has not been perfect. We are not perfect people. And so, yeah, I've got a grandson in prison. He's still got a whole another 1.5 years before they'll turn him loose. But I'm glad he's in prison, because if he wasn't in prison, now that sounds weird, doesn't it? I'm glad he's in prison. But he's in prison because he threatened suicide. Thank God he didn't attempt, because it would it'd be worse off. At least he's alive. And he has time to think about all the reasons that he needs to be alive. And so, that sure is better than the being alive is so much better than the opposite. So, yeah, bless his heart. I love him so much. That's my grandson. 4 years. Because he had a gun. He would have not used it, though, because he didn't have any ammunition for it. But he did. He did threaten. And he had a gun. He owned a gun that was not registered. And so, yep, prison is where they go. In New York, and not in other places. Maybe he wouldn't have went to prison, but in New York, yep, because they got some strict laws in New York. So he's in prison for having that gun. But anyhow, but I'm really, though, I think by reading that book, and we're both reading the same book, because I keep money on his card, that calling card, so he can call me. So he can call me, and he calls me almost every day because he needs people to talk to. And so I love him so. But now that we have this same book to read, we're going to have, he gets plenty of things to read because, well, I have a friend, Shelley, who is a YouTuber subscriber, whom is wonderful. Look at this tea dye on this paper. This is beautiful. You know who did this? It was Spanky. I bought this from her auction. And I do my own tea dyeing and my own Kool-Aid dyeing and stuff. I do that. But why does other people's come up looking so different than mine? I don't know. But they do, so I like to get other people's. But yeah, Shelley has sent him magazine subscriptions, so he has those to read, which is wonderful. And I thank you again for that, Shelley. And but anyhow, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do that. I can't. Well, I don't know. What am I saying? But anyhow, I'm just cutting these pages out and running my mouth. Making my pages to be 5 inches by 5 inches, and then I'm going to just put in a oopsie daisies. I just want to cut an inch off of here first, so it's 10 inches. And I got these 1-inch strips. I'm going to glue them onto a page in my doodle journal. Gosh, look at these. Look at how them are. I can't remember if she lets hers air dry or if she bakes them. I don't know. I think she lets hers air dry. They all turn out different. Everybody's turns out different. And so that's why I like when I see them, if I can afford them on an auction, I'll buy other people's papers. They're so beautiful, so beautiful. Because they're different than mine. And like I say, I do my own, but when you can get different ones, it's just fun. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun book. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to make. Let me see. I'm going to, ooh, look at that right there. Oh, look at that. The whole, you decide which side do I want to keep, which side do I want to cut off. But I'll be using every bit of this. In fact, these little pages here, the ends off of there, that'll probably make a journal insert on its own, just like that. These strips I'm going to glue into one of my books, one of my doodle books. It'll go in one of them. And these ones here are going to be a whole nother signature in another book. Might put them in a doodle book. I don't know. I love my doodle books lately. This one, though, I don't think this will be a doodle book. But sometimes I don't know why I allow myself to think, because a lot of times my thinking I get a little carried away in my thinking. So I'm going to take these pages now, and they're just all going to be pretty much the same. And I'm going to, let's see. So I cut these so they're 1/4 of an inch all the way around, or 1/8 of an inch, all the way around smaller. I don't know. I didn't do well in math in school, and I'm not getting any better in my old age. So now we've got them folded. Now they're all not exactly the same here, but you know what? That's all right. It's okay. It's all right, unless they stick out the end. If they stick out the end here, then I might have to chip off a little. Nope, they don't. They fit in there just perfect. Just perfecto mundo. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So now, and then these are the ends that I just cut off, and they're all the same size. They won't go in the book, though, because they'll make it too thick. But I will make something else out of this. It'll be another journal of another sort. But see how they're already all the same size? And then that will be another journal of another sort. That's right. Okay. Boy, it smells so good in here. That magnolia blossom. Now, see, the hubster brought me in a fresh one today, because the one that I got from my grandson 3 days ago, that one, the smell was kind of going away, fading. So this morning, the hubster brought me in a fresh magnolia flower, and oh my gosh, does it smell good. Okay, so now, because we got a magnolia tree out and my magnolia tree is 22 years old. 22 years old. Now, the reason I know this, just a minute, I gotta reach over here and get my crocodile thing. Just a minute, I gotta get my crocodile thing. Just a minute, I gotta get that right here, and then I'll finish telling you my story. I have a 22-year-old mulberry tree. The reason I know that is because my hubster of long ago, my late hubster, he had bought or got a mulberry, not a mulberry, magnolia tree he had gotten from somewhere, but it was about a foot tall. It was about a foot tall, this magnolia tree. And he planted it in a 5-gallon bucket. He planted it in a 5-gallon bucket, and it was in that bucket. But then he started getting real sick with his sickness, because he had early onset Alzheimer's. So that tree just stayed in that bucket. And after it was in that bucket, and then it was getting big, because then then after he died, it was still in that bucket. And I said, well, I need to plant that tree because it's getting too big for that bucket. So I planted the tree, probably a little bit too close to the chain link fence, but nonetheless, it got planted by the tree, by the chain link fence. Oh, you know what I need to do here? I can't leave that looking grungy like that. That can't stay looking grungy, can it? I need to put something there. So I need to put, what should I put? A piece of chipboard there? No, there's a piece of chipboard in there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take, do I want to do this? I think I do. Do I want to just take this paper, how, this is exactly 5 right there, this. And then this way is exactly not 5, it's exactly precisely. Okay, so I want to cut this. Do I want this on here? I don't know. I think I do. I believe I do. Wait a minute. You know what I'm... Oh, think. Yeah, I want this on here. So I am going to fold this at 5 inches right here. I'm folding it as the same size there. And then I know I want to cut off exactly, precisely 1/4 of an inch this way. Okay, then I'm going to put this piece of paper. Should I cut that piece off at the bottom, or should I leave it there for a little bit more strength? I'm going to leave it there for a little more strength. And then I'm going to glue this, put this, I'm just using this here kind of tape there because I want to, just because I won't die. And then I'm just going to put that right there. There we go. That's where I want that to be. Now I see what I should have done. Oh no, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So I'll go like this and fold that right there along that seam. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold this right along there. Okay. Now, let's see. Then that will go like this. And then I'm just going to put this tape like this. This rolly tape. This is called rolly tape. Really, I don't know what it's called. I have not. I pretend like I know everything, but I don't really. Now, okay, so anyway, I planted that magnolia tree in the dirt, in the yard, and now it is like 20 foot tall. It's really huge. But now, because my dear darling Hubster of the Yore, he was my kid's dad and everything. He was awesome. He was so funny. He used to make me laugh all the time. But you know what he's doing now? Giving me magnolia flowers. So now, if it wasn't for his tree, I wouldn't have the magnolia flowers. So now my new Hubster, which he's not really new, he's pretty old. And you know what? I got married again. Yeah, because Hubster number 1 was so absolutely wonderful and gorgeous that I knew marriage was for me. Well, I didn't really know it. Because I did try to run this Hubster off, but he wouldn't leave. And so, but he brings me in the magnolias here. He goes, says, Ernie gave you another magnolia flower. I said, well, thank you for bringing it in for him. And so now I'm just going to put these, see, because I already punched the holes in here in the thingy. I'm just giving it 2 little holes. 2 little holes is all. It's going to be simple. Now, who in the world in their right mind would take a butterfly book apart to make a butterfly book? Now, I know it. It's like kind of weird, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So I'll punch that hole here, And then I'm going to punch this hole here. Ow! Oh, good night. Don't put your finger under the handle. Oh, good grief. Oh, good gravy. Good gravy. Okay, now. So now the simplest thing is I'm going to, now, just a minute. I got to stand up and reach again. Reach. I'm reaching. Just a minute. Reach and twine. Okay, this here little bucket says, okay, this little shoebox says twine. See? Twine, etc. Yeah. So that's what's in this one. So I am going, oh, you see that one there has got, do I want this one? No, I want this one. This one here is black and white. So I am going to take this one that's black and white. Oh, it's got some green tied to it. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to put this back in here and put this green in here because I don't want the green, I want the black and white because, of course, I want everything to match. Yeah, right. So now I've got this black and white twine and the cover is black and white. So look at how coordinated I am. Okay, so I'm going to, what I'm going to do here is get this opened up here because I want it to be like, I'm doubling that, or do I want to, oh, I'm going to make it, I am going to put plenty of twine on this much. Okay, so I'm going to just, so I got 4 strands of twine, 4 strands of twine. So I'm going to, oh, I want to start it at the outside and go in because I want it to tie on the outside because I want to make a charm on it. So I'll just put that through them holes and then put this, wait a second, hold your horses. I gotta hold, y'all be holding your horses here because I have my holes kind of discombobulated a little bit, so I gotta combobulate them. I gotta get them combobulated. No. There we go. I just poked that pin in there, and then I'm gonna go like this and poke that through that hole, poke that through that hole like this. Yeah, like that. Pull that through there, and then pull it. Now, if I'd had a crochet hook or something, if I would think ahead, you know, and get supplies out, but I don't think ahead. My brain kind of works on the fly, like that, yeah. So now I'm putting this, now just hopefully it doesn't pull out of that other hole on that other side. And I'm shoving it in that hole there. Now I got it all shoved in there. Now I'm just going to pull that tight and get it, I want to tie it up toward the top here. Like this. Wait a minute, maybe I'll go like this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go like this. And I will go like this and take 2 strands on this side of, wait a minute, on this side of the loop. And 2, because see, it's just, because a loop come out of the bottom hole to go to the top hole. And so if I take those strands, 2 of the strands, well, Where'd that other strand? Oh, there it is. Okay, now I got it. Now, if I take those like this, and then, yeah. So see that looped around that way. And then if I take this, and then tie it in a knot, like this, really tight. Give it a couple of good knots there. Then I have that signature inside my book. Now, my book, I've got this string. This is my butterfly book. This string is on the outside. It's a little longer than I need, but that's okay. I'm going to make a tassel using that string, and I'm going to have beads and stuff. And then there's my book with its new pages. And it already looks very, very vintage because of these beautiful spanky dyed papers. Look at how they are. Coffee dyed. I think these are coffee dyed. I don't think these are tea dyed. I think they're coffee dyed. And look how beautiful they're. How many pages did I put in? I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I put in 10 pages, so that makes 20 or 40 if you count both sides. So, and it is, I'm going to leave this like this unless I decoupage butterflies on the bottom and up here, but it's basically going to stay there, just like this, because I think that is awesome. And then I may, where'd I put the guts? Here's the guts of the book. They got all these butterflies in them. And I might use some of these butterflies, but I have other butterflies too. So these butterflies, you never know. I might take like this butterfly out of here. Oh look, so those are, these pages are sewed together. I can just pull them threads out of there. And look at that. Look. See how pretty? And see, I could just take this butterfly. I may want just to add it back to the book. But I have so many other butterflies too. But what I might do with this butterfly, or some of these butterflies in this book, because I love butterflies, and this will just make, so see, I sort of fussy cut, but not really fussy cut. And so I just kind of cut, see, because I don't want his legs cut off. He needs to have his legs. And so, see how pretty now? I just cut that butterfly off of there. I might put him back in there. But then I may not. I might, instead of doing that, I might go to my doodle sketch journal, my doodle journal, and I might find a page that this butterfly, oh, see his antennas. I have to cut a little bit more about his antennas going up there. Now see, maybe I don't want these long legs on him because for some reason he's in flight. He doesn't need, oh, wait a minute. Let me cut him here too. There we go. Now, you can see if he goes on one of these pages, you never know where he might want to live on one of these pages of my doodle journal. Look at right there. He does want to live there. He wants to. He wants to. This butterfly wants to live there. So I'm going to put him there because he wants to be there. He tried out a couple other pages first. And look at there. Now, I just put him there on that. This is my doodle collage book. Doodle collage that I just doodled. And see what I decided to do on this book. I know I'm not working on this book right now, but see, I doodle and collage on this side. But then I use so much Sharpie, that it seeps through. So on this side of the page, it seeped through there. So I'm putting a piece of a calendar page on there. See? Calendar. Doodle in collage. Calendar. Doodle in collage. Calendar. Doodle in collage. Calendar. Doodle in collage. Nothing. So I will have to put a piece calendar page on there. Then here I doodle in collage. I'll put a piece calendar on there. Doodle in collage, and I'll put piece calendar on there. And that's how I will do this whole book. Look at all these blank pages I get to do still. So anyway, I'm putting that off to the side here because I'm going to work on my butterfly book. And but I'm going to shut this down for right now. I just wanted to show you what I do when I'm doing nothing. This is it. This is what it is. You know what? I haven't read to you. I have to read something. Here, I'll get this box out here. Power Thought Cards by Louise Hay. I love her so much. Okay. I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. And that's it. Tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. And so, don't judge anybody. Be tolerant. Don't judge me by this mess right here, because I still have got space right here. And I have this tape that shows right where this shows right where my camera shows up, so I can, as long as I got space right there, I know it can do something. And so these are our power thoughts. And yeah, what did I call that now? Tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. Very important. That is worth your weight in gold, that information right there. Okay, I'm going to work on my butterfly book. I tore up a butterfly book to make a butterfly book. Now, who in their right mind would do that? Me. Not me. I'm not in my right mind. But anyway, God bless you all. May He watch over you every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you on the next video, which will be tonight. I have a live stream where I work on my ATC cards, and that will be it is Tuesday, right? Yeah, 8 o'clock. That'll be 8 o'clock Eastern time this evening when I do that. That's right. Okay, God bless, and God bless, and God bless, and God bless. And I love you. Can't forget that part. And where's the off button? Oh, here it is right here.